Ever feel a chill run down your spine when you think about relationships? Like something's lurking just beneath the surface of that picture-perfect couple on Instagram? You're not alone. Welcome to Man of Thoughts, where we delve into the shadows of the human heart and dissect the toxic behaviors that can poison even the strongest bonds. We're not here for sugar-coated fairy tales. We're going deep into the trenches of love gone wrong, exploring the behaviors that silently erode intimacy, trust, and connection. Buckle up, because things are about to get real, darkly real. Over the next few minutes, we'll unpack 4 common yet deadly behaviors that can sabotage your relationship without you even realizing it. You might laugh, you might cry, but one thing's for sure: you'll never look at love the same way again.
Picture this: Brenda and Bob, high school sweethearts, married for 20 years. They sit across from each other at the dinner table, the chasm of unspoken resentment growing wider with each passing year. Brenda stabs at her mashed potatoes, replaying Bob's latest transgression, leaving his dirty socks to the hamper again. It's the little things she mutters under her breath for the 100th time. Bob, engrossed in his phone, grunts in response. He's mastered the art of selective hearing, honed over years of avoiding difficult conversations. See, Brenda and Bob subscribe to the silent treatment school of conflict resolution. They believe that bottling up their frustrations was preferable to, God forbid, about their feelings. Years went by, the resentment festering like a forgotten Tupperware container of leftovers in the back of the fridge. They became experts at passive aggression, communicating through icy glares and heavy sighs. One day, Bob came home to find Brenda gone, leaving nothing but a note that read, "Went out for cigarettes. Be back in 20 years." The punchline: Brenda never smoked a day in her life. The moral of the story: communication is key, folks. Sweeping your problems under the rug might seem easier in the short term, but eventually, that rug's going to get so lumpy you'll trip over your own resentment and break your neck.
Meet Gary, a self-proclaimed nice guy with a penchant for grand romantic gestures and an even grander case of insecurity. His girlfriend Susan was everything he'd ever wanted: beautiful, intelligent, and with a social life that, frankly, intimidated him. Gary's jealousy started subtly. He'd casually scroll through Susan's phone while she was in the shower, his heart rate spiking at every notification from a male contact. He'd interrogate her about her day, his mind weaving elaborate scenarios of infidelity from her innocent interactions with colleagues. He showered her with gifts, not out of love, but out of a desperate need to mark his territory. He saw rivals everywhere, from the barista who smiled politely at Susan to the mailman who delivered their mail. Susan, initially amused by Gary's possessiveness, soon grew weary of his constant suspicion. Her once vibrant personality dimmed under the weight of his insecurities, her every move scrutinized and questioned. One day, Gary, convinced that Susan was having an affair with the pizza delivery guy, he have nice hair, surprised her at work with a bouquet of wilting flowers and a private investigator in tow. Susan, her patience finally exhausted, looked at him with a mixture of pity and disgust. "You know," she said, handing him back the flowers, "the only one I'm cheating on is myself, by staying with you." Jealousy, my friends, is a double-edged sword. It can cut deep, not only into your relationship, but also into your own sense of self-worth.
Chapter 3. The Vanishing Act, when love gets lost in the shuffle. Ah, the classic tale of 2 ships passing in the night. Except these ships were once anchored together, their love a beacon of hope in the vast ocean of loneliness. Meet Janet, a high-powered CEO, and Mark, a struggling artist. Their love story began like a whirlwind romance, passionate, all-consuming, the kind that makes you believe in destiny. But as their lives took different paths, their priorities shifted. Janet, driven by her ambition, found herself working late nights, her phone buzzing with emails instead of sweet nothings from Mark. Mark, lost in his artistic pursuits, retreated further into his studio, the canvas becoming his only solace. They existed in a perpetual state of near misses. A forgotten anniversary here, a missed birthday dinner there. Their conversations became transactional, devoid of the intimacy they once shared. One evening, as Janet scrolled through her calendar, she stumbled upon a reminder for their anniversary. Panic surged through her. Had it really been a year since their last attempt at a romantic dinner? She rushed to Mark's studio, only to find him asleep on the floor, surrounded by paintbrushes and empty coffee cups. As she watched him sleep, she realized with a pang of sadness that they had become strangers, their love a distant memory. Neglect, my friends, is a slow poison. It creeps into the cracks of your relationship, unnoticed until it's too late, leaving behind only a hollow shell of what once was.
Chapter 4. The House of Cards, When Lies Become the Foundation. Let's talk about Tom, a man who loved spinning tales as much as he loved himself. His charm was undeniable, his words dripping with honeyed promises and half-truths. He swept Lisa off her feet, her head spinning with his grand declarations of love. But Tom had a problem. He couldn't tell the truth if his life depended on it. Little white lies, harmless at first, soon morphed into a tangled web of deceit. He lied about his job, his past, even his favorite color. He spun elaborate stories to cover his tracks, each lie adding another layer of complexity to his already fragile facade. Lisa, blinded by love, and Tom's impressive ability to cry on cue, initially dismissed the inconsistencies. But the truth, like a bad smell, has a way of making itself known. One day, Lisa stumbled upon a box of Tom's belongings, filled with love letters, addressed to various other women. The jig was up. Tom's carefully constructed house of cards came crashing down, burying their relationship under a mountain of lies. Dishonesty, my friends, is like a termite infestation. It eats away at the foundation of your relationship, leaving it weak and vulnerable to collapse.
The takeaway. Love yourself, lose the toxic baggage. So, there you have it, folks. 4 horsemen of the relationship apocalypse, ready to trample all over your happily ever after. Look, I'm not saying all relationships are doomed, but you gotta face the facts. Love ain't always sunshine and roses. It takes work, commitment, and a whole lot of self-awareness. If you see yourself in any of these scenarios, don't panic. The first step to fixing a problem is admitting you have one. Talk to your partner, seek professional help, or do whatever it takes to break free from these toxic patterns. Remember, you deserve a love that lifts you up, not drags you down. So, ditch the baggage, set your boundaries, and get ready to build a relationship that's built on trust, respect, and a whole lot less drama. Now that's what I'm talking about.